little bit about what some of those common challenges are. And Allie, I'm going to start with you on this one.
There can be many challenges with, having an effective customer experience program. But one of the biggest challenges is having undefined goals. So not having a defined goal can lead to unusable feedback with minimal business value. Time and again, we hear from customers that say that they're collecting data just to collect data, and they don't really know why. And they don't understand sometimes that this can cause survey fatigue and what we refer to as dirty data. So they end up with all this feedback that they're not really able to use. And in turn, that deters customers from being willing and engaged in providing valuable feedback in the future.
John, what challenges do you see?
I think the biggest bucket of challenges is around scaffolding the CX process or setting it up. And within the context there, I'll talk about the scaffolding and setting it up, the process behind it. Also, this concept of the business lab, which customers really find value in, and also stakeholder management, which of course is going to be key in setting up any sort of process. So within scaffolding, going back to the idea of proving the importance and ROI of CX, is the realization that CX needs to be embedded in the overall company strategy. Also getting quality data. So not just as much as possible, really thinking about quality versus quantity. Many customers there come to us and think they just need and want to collect as much data as possible. So that's somewhat true, but really only to a degree. I'd actually argue that you shouldn't collect more data than you're willing to or capable of acting on. So creating a realistic scope of data collection, that's an important step within scaffolding. And the last bucket of challenges within this scaffolding is stakeholder management. So there we really need to consider things like the data pathway when it pertains to stakeholder management, knowing and connecting data to the stakeholders that matter and that are going to action on it. And of course, we need that buy-in from the senior stakeholders. And then measuring the ROI is also closely related to stakeholders because we need to understand the motivations and the KPIs from the senior leaders, and we need to align with them on that. Some customers are most interested in things like satisfaction scores and TRT or turnaround time. Others are interested in customer engagement, site visits, time spent, maybe even sentiment analysis. So we have to sort of appreciate that some of these are less tangible than others in terms of metrics and more indirectly tied to revenue, but all of them are drivers to customer retention, customer lifetime value, and these are metrics that the C-suite understands and appreciates, and is also extremely important to sort of translate those metrics in terms of CX into financial metrics that everyone fully understands already.